Hey guys, and welcome to The Mention.
This is your weekly roundup of everything pop culture lovers are buzzing about this week.
And this week we have some wine, because we're going to wind down before the weekend.
We
shall
should.
we?
Cheers.
Cheers. Any big plans for Indigenous Peoples Day weekend?
Ooh, I know you're going to LA, Sarah. Is that why you asked you wanted to share?
Yes.
I might be going to the Slut Walk this weekend.
Oh, okay. Stay tuned for that.
But you know what else I want to cheers to? These amazing shirts that we're wearing.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. So Refiner 29 teamed up with Wild Fang, and they've joined forces on a mission to get 100,000 first-time voters to the polls and raise $100,000 for She Should Run, an organization dedicated to getting more women elected.
Yes, we
Totally
need
for
Which
it.
is amazing. So you can rock this limited edition tee, hit the polls, and show the world that you came, you saw, and you
I feel like
effing
this
voted.
tee's so on brand for me, like the effing.
Is
And
it?
These are fun. These are great shirts. Yeah, you guys have to
they're
check them
really
out.
cute. I feel like this is a really good. This is a shirt that I want to buy, not just because I love what it looks like, but also because we want to get people to the polls. We want to support women in office.
It's a great slogan.
Oh, absolutely. And also, we have a very special show planned because we have a couple guests. And to kick off our show today, she's the writer, director, and star of the new film Lesbom. Check out the trailer here.
I like you in an apron.
Don't get used to it.
Ladies, are we interrupting something? Oh, hey, Mrs. Anderson.
No.
Yeah.
When are we meeting the boyfriend?
Soon.
I don't like surprises.
Surprise! I'm not a boyfriend.
Lauren's walking? Why would she walk?
I have no
Who
idea.
walks?
What are you doing?
On Thanksgiving, yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Okay, I understand.
Oh no.
Austin.
What's Austin doing here?
Oh, he just surprised us. You're the one that turned my daughter vegetarian?
No, actually, she turned 20.
She doesn't eat meat, but she eats.
Kids these days think they can have their gluten-free cake and eat it too.
Thanksgiving's all about thanks and truth.
And forgiveness.
Mostly, it's about coming home and coming out.
You don't tell me anything anymore. I tell you things, Mom.
It's always felt like we were in a relationship. It always feels like we're in one.
What are you doing? I love you. I love you.
I don't care what you do in your own personal time, but you don't bring the side dish with the main course home for the holidays.
We're not dating. You better be dating if you're sleeping with my daughter.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Get the turkey! Grab the You're gonna make it go away, my
Trying to come out of the closet here, people!
Well, does this mean there's no dessert?
Okay, that looks hilarious. Please welcome Jenna Laurenzo.
Hey, Jenna. Thank you so much for coming. So, what can our audience expect from the new film Lesbom? Tell us all about it.
Yeah, it's a family comedy about a young woman who brings her girlfriend home to meet the family for Thanksgiving, only to have her coming out efforts totally thwarted by the unexpected arrival of her male roommate.
Oh, of course. Because men ruin everything, right? Because men ruin everything. Got it.
That's so funny. So Lesbom has a bomb cast. Brandon Michael Hall from Search Party, Kevin Pollak from Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, Cloris Leachman, Bruce Stern. What was the experience like on set working with this cast?
I mean, unreal. It was so bizarre seeing my actual family come to life with these legends. We shot the film in my actual childhood home.
Oh my God.
So epic.
What was that like?
I will never be allowed in my family home with cameras.
Okay, ever again.
Okay, where is home for you again?
Ramsey, New Jersey.
Nice. Okay.
Shout out to everyone from Ramsey watching. I love it.
Yeah, and it was just amazing because like Cloris Leachman, I just like love it, and Bruce Stern, and then seeing them like eat Thanksgiving at the Thanksgiving table.
Right.
Kevin Pollak and Deirdre O'Connell. It was unreal. So fantastic. And then Bobby Farrelly, when he came on as our executive producer, I grew up watching Dumb and Dumber.
Right.
Yeah. There was an actual Dumb and Dumber quote in the original script.
Oh, nice.
That's so
cool.
Yes.
I love that you wrote the film, directed it, you're starring in it. It's great to see a female behind and in front of the camera, obviously, like yourself. So congratulations. What is it that surprised you from this experience? It's your first feature.
Yeah, I mean, there were so many surprises. There's blizzards, there's, But I think that the most surprising was the overwhelming amount of support. Like, I felt like I truly had this support system from my producers, from the cast, from the crew, and I always felt like I had this net of people who truly felt behind the message of the film and wanted to see it come to fruition. So, like, when my energy was low, I had this ongoing enthusiasm from, like, my producer, Rob Moran. He was always, it didn't matter if it was going down and there was, like, 2 feet of smoke. It's great.
That's what you need.
You
But
always
you need a person like that on your crew. Yeah.
They're gonna lift you up.
Yeah, exactly.
So the film tackles, coming out stories, family gatherings, but then ultimately just like being loved and accepted for who we are. Why was it so important for you to convey in the movie?
Well, I just feel like the theme of self-acceptance is so universal, and I wanted to tell that story. I wanted to tell a coming out story up against this, like, all-American family holiday in a relatable way.
Right.
And, like, and everybody knows, like, the anxieties of going home for the holiday.
Oh, yeah, all those questions, yeah.
So, like, it could be, like, I could have a job that my parents didn't want me to have. I mean, like, in Meet the Parents, they make fun of Ben Stiller for being a nurse and not a doctor. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, like,
Love that movie.
so, like, coming home and being like, oh, the person I want you to meet is not necessarily the gender that you anticipated. Like, of course there's going to be all these, like, this anxiety around it. And I feel like everybody at any holiday, all the family, they always bring their personal stuff to the table. So when you have this, like, thing you want to say and it's hard to get in there, it's because everybody else has their own stuff that they're trying to say.
Right. They're like, I don't know if I should say it now. Should I wait
And
until?
there's such a comfort there too, where you're just like, I don't care if anyone's mad at me or like anything happens, right? Because they're families, so you can just say it.
Exactly. Yeah. And nobody listens though. Everybody has the thing that they want to say.
Yeah.
Right.
It's tough.
Yeah.
It's stressful. Holidays are.
Listen, holidays are very stressful.
It doesn't matter what year it is. My mom is like freaking out about the turkey
Always.
being
Oh,
ready.
listen, always. Every single year. It's like, Mom, you cook plenty of turkeys. You know it's good, but still, the holidays bring that stress.
Yeah,
so funny.
Totally.
I don't think I'm ever gonna make a turkey in my life.
No,
Just like don't think that's ever gonna.
There's never been one Thanksgiving I've been home for that the thermometer worked.
Oh my gosh.
There you go.
We're all fine.
There you go.
So you kind of already touched on this, but going back, when our viewers, when they leave the theater, what feelings are you hoping to have evoked from them after they've seen the film?
I want people to leave on this, like, uplifting note, like, full of optimism and happy. Like, that's one of the reasons where I picked the music that's in there. I like leaving the theater on a high note, and I want people, like, so excited for Thanksgiving and whatever that they've been holding back. I hope that they go home and tell their parents whatever it is.
You're about to spark a movement. I see it. Everybody's gonna be like, you know what? It's Thanksgiving. I'm putting it all on the table, and we'll just eat and be merry.
And drop that les bomb.
Ooh, I like that. You made a little verb there. I like that. I love it. I'm so excited. We were very excited for this film, and I'm sure our audience is too. It's your first feature. It's so incredible. What other stories do you have next that you want to tell, and what other projects are you looking forward to?
Yeah, right now I'm working on this, like, big wedding comedy.
Oh,
yeah.
The holidays, the wedding.
Another big event.
Big moment.
Yes.
Big
Clearly.
Yes.
I also have a sports movie that
Okay.
I want a female ensemble sports thing.
Yes, I think that's something that we need to
down for that.
see.
And please, someone, let me make Practical Magic, a remake of that.
Oh.
Oh my God.
Crystal comes on the show.
You have one fan. You have one person coming to see it.
I want some magic.
Yes. Magic movies need to be make a comeback.
So let's do it. Listen, you already have a gang of people who are going to come and
we're
see
here
it.
for it.
Spread that rumor, start it here. Well, we are amped for all your projects. Congrats on Lesbom. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much.
And you guys at home, make sure to check out Lesbom. It's releasing in theaters and on demand on November 9th.
Yes, I'm definitely going to check it out. That looks absolutely hilarious. I love a good holiday family film.
Me too. What were some of your favorite holiday movies? What is that one?
You already know I love This Christmas.
Oh, I love the Family Stone.
Oh, the Family Stone
is
or
so
what about the
good.
Holiday with Cameron?
The Holiday.
We could go on.
Yeah,
and on.
there's a lot of good ones.
Let's spill a little bit of tea, shall
Let's
we?
get into
I want
it.
to talk
Yeah,
about.
we need a sip? I think we do.
I think
First off, Jenna was great. I love it.
Amazing.
Scale back a little bit on the booze. But anyway, I'm obsessed with Busy Phillips, and she is hella busy. She is coming out with her new talk show, late night talk show on E, which I'm so excited for. It's called Busy Tonight. And she just literally came out with a book called This Will Only Hurt a Little. And I've been seeing her like press packages being sent to every celebrity ever. Wish I got one, but it's fine. But on a little more of a serious note, she revealed in an Instagram post that she was raped at 14 years old.
Wow.
And she went on Ellen DeGeneres to talk about it. And she actually talked about why she chose to share this experience so publicly. She said, I was moved by Dr. Ford, and if you don't know who that is, then go Google, her bravery, and my rape wasn't something that I felt that I was ever going to blast on social media. But when I saw her standing there speaking her truth after 30 years, it's like, if she can do that after 30, I can do this after 25. Right. Like, I can do this. We should all, you know, be able to do this at some point if we feel comfortable, obviously, and that it's a reckoning for women. And she felt like she was carrying a burden for so long, and she finally can kind of like release it.
What
do you guys think of
that?
that?
Gives me chills because I think so often a lot of arguments we hear, it's like, well, if it didn't happen, why didn't you report it? Why didn't you say something? Why didn't you share your story? It's like, well, again, that's what happened to you, and that's personal, and that is like, that has such like long-lasting effects, and you have to deal with that. And the way that, like, I'm so glad that she came out now and was like, this happened to me at a young age. It obviously still affects me, but like, I didn't have to say it, you know, right after it happened. I can wait and reveal when I need to.
People have to do it when they're comfortable, when they're ready. That's something that they'll have to live with the rest of their lives. So once it's put on a public platform, you know, the backlash, the praise that they'll get for even coming out, you know, the backlash that some critics get, that's something they have to live with. So they have to make sure that they're ready and in a place where they're accepting of it.
But I also think that these moments, it makes the conversation, right? Like, we're talking about
sparks,
it.
yes.
Like, sexual assault and rape happens way more frequently than people like to admit. So the more that we're putting their stories out there, even if it happened when she was 14,
it doesn't matter.
It still matters.
It's a snowball effect. Dr. Ford inspired her, and I'm sure she's going to inspire somebody else.
And we can't stop talking about it. I think that's it has to be top of mind.
Definitely.
And also someone like Busy, who is like such a role model, so successful, has this show coming out, like for her to be like, I've been through this too, like I'm standing with you. That's so powerful, right?
So young, so sad. But anyway, we love you, Busy, and we're so excited for your talk show. Maybe one day we could do like a mention collab of Busy Tonight.
Let's do it. And it's funny, on that note, and you also mentioned a little bit in the intro, you'll be in LA. This weekend in LA will be Amber Rose's 4th annual Slut Walk. Now, for those who aren't familiar, the Slut Walk, it's a huge festival. They have activities and food, giveaways and music, but it's all geared towards raising awareness about sexual injustice, domestic violence, gender equality, and to overall like shift the conversation surrounding rape culture. She has HIV exams, breast cancer exams, and just a lot more, all catered to sexual education and reproductive care. Now, like I said, this is the 4th annual one, and over the years, Amber has received a lot of backlash from people saying that, you know, she's not putting the message out there in the way that it's going to be received by the people it needs to be received by. You know, on one hand, she's saying, you know, let the sluts do what they do, let women do what they want to do, let women, you know, everybody should mind their business. But then people critique her for showing her breasts and, you know, showing her vagina on a public platform, posing in, you know, some lewd manners. So she's ready for it. In an interview with Harper's Bazaar this past September, she said, "It doesn't matter what we have on, it's still not an excuse to come and touch me inappropriately. My whole thing is everyone needs to mind their business and let women choose to do what they want with their bodies."
I mean, yeah, I think it's interesting because I think she's right, and I think it's great that this slut walk exists. I don't like the term slut. I still think that there's a negative connotation, and I'm not sure even calling it that is flipping it on its head. I still feel like it's like...
I feel like I understand what she's trying to do, like reclaim the word.
Right, but I like everything she's doing, like the AIDS test, the breast exams, like
the initiatives towards it,
and like women expressing themselves sexually freely. That's great. And, you know, I don't know if I mean, the Instagram thing, yes, in the past, Amber's posted pictures of literally her like bush and vagina and private parts on her Instagram. Does that make it less valid? I don't know.
Right. I don't think, and I think that's her point. She should be able to post whatever she wants about her body without having those negative comments towards her. Like, it's her body. If she wants to show it to everybody, she should be able to do so. And that doesn't necessarily make her a slut.
Still. Yeah. It is a lot. Like, I don't know if I want to be scrolling on my feed and seeing someone's vagina. Like, I didn't ask for that.
Yeah.
That's why they have those controls. Yeah.
True.
People gets reported. Like, it gets reported.
It's tricky, though, because on one hand, I'm like, you know what, she's right. She can post whatever she wants, and she shouldn't have any negativity towards her. But then and no one should be like, well, she's asking for it.
Absolutely.
Like,
yeah, no, of course not.
You shouldn't, like, assault or be rude to anyone regardless. But I don't know. It's weird. It's tricky. I'm not sure how I feel about it.
Well, I want to know how you feel about this. Okay. Because she's your girl, she's my girl. We're going to have to see what happens. Cardi B has turned herself into NYPD. On Monday morning, she surrendered to police authorities on allegations.
And also she looks like
looking fabulous, okay?
She doesn't look like she's surrendering.
Remember when Naomi Campbell was doing her community service and like that beautiful gown? Yes. This is what I like. Listen, if you're gonna go to court, if you're gonna go to jail, do it in style, okay? So she was accused of attacking 2 female bartenders at a strip club in Queens. Allegedly, one of the bartenders had relations with her husband, Offset. So Cardi allegedly set an attack on the 2 bartenders, throwing bottles, throwing hands, throwing hookah machines. It was a huge thing. So she's been charged with reckless endangerment in the 2nd degree and assault in the 3rd degree. She'll be arraigned on October 29th. This might be a thing.
I love you, Cardi.
I hope it doesn't turn into anything where she'll, be having a jail sentence or anything of that nature. It seems like she'll be complying, but I don't know. These bartenders might be trying to pull out as much as they can.
I think she'll be fine. She'll probably just have to settle and pay them a lot of money.
Yeah.
But you know
she
what?
got the bread.
You know what?
She can do it.
I did see on my Instagram this morning, she posted that Offset was like, you got it, like someone was like, Offset fainted, like you have to come home. Like she was on her way to LA and like she came to Atlanta and she was like, what's going on? Like I am freaking out. Is he dead? Like do I have to raise this kid alone? Like and literally then she like just shows like a picture of a brand new car.
Brand new truck. Brand new
Lambo truck. Sorry, not
Lambo
a car.
truck. Huge.
Not a Honda. My mistake.
Okay, I drove a Honda, so please no shade to that. Okay, I had a Honda.
No shade on the Honda. But I guess like they're good, or maybe he's trying to be like, it's okay.
I think he should. I mean, her birthday's coming up, so I think it was just a nice little gift for her.
Is she like 25?
About, yeah.
Also, it's
If
crazy
that,
because
maybe
we're going to talk
24.
about this later too, but the AMAs are next week, and Cardi's performing on Tuesday, so
she
she's got a
is.
busy week.
Busy week, girl. But stay out of jail, please.
Oh, man. Okay, well, switching gears here just a little bit on a bit of a darker but some positive news here. We have, it's been 60 days since Demi Lovato began treatment at a facility after her recent near-fatal overdose this past July. And on Monday this week, Madison De La Garza, her younger sister, spoke to Millennial Hollywood to give the latest update on the singer. And she revealed this is the good news, that Demi is working really hard on her sobriety and we're all incredibly proud of her. And it's been crazy for her family. It's been a lot, but that she's doing better. And she goes on to say that this isn't the first time her family has dealt with adversity, and every time they go through something together and they come out stronger. They do. That family does stick together.
Yes, they do. And that's beautiful.
And it's so sweet. Madison also said she's looking forward to do so many little things with her big sister, and the top of her list was going to Menchie's. And she even
Menchie's?
Menchie's is like a yogurt place.
I don't know. Menchie's.
Oh, please, Menchie's is my favorite. Oh, it's like a Euphoria.
You went there in your Honda?
I did drive to Menchie's in my Honda, thank you very much, and I'm not ashamed of that.
No shame. Can I make a little note here?
Yeah.
The dummy. Apparently, Wilder Valderrama, her ex-boyfriend of like a decade, they were together for a decade, has been 6 years. Thank you for the fact check. My producer. Has been visiting her at the hospital routinely.
That's so good that he's still a support system for her.
Yeah, and also he's been like regularly calling her, and he's been like an incredible support system to the whole thing. Yeah. But it was sweet. Madison was saying too that like that just like how many people have reached out and like and that it's reminded them that Demi is like a person and a sister and a friend, and instead of like this huge celebrity like on drugs that everyone made her out to be. Because the media can take over so easily.
And I love that the first thing was
Absolutely.
Munchies.
And it is time to talk about my girl, Lindsay Lohan. It is not because Mean Girls Day was this week on October 3rd. On Wednesday, I definitely wore pink. Check out my Instagram.
sure did as well.
But Lindsay made headlines because she recorded a video of herself, and it was very, very bizarre. Basically, she had this encounter with a family that she believed to be Syrian refugees, and in the video, she offers to help buy them food and offers them a place to stay. She basically said, tell me your story. I can help you. What do you need? Do you need me to give you a hotel? And after minutes of trying to convince this family to go with her, and they didn't want to, she was like, let me take care of you guys. Then, it's unclear what happens next, but she apparently held out her hand and like offered to take one of the young boys, and then you see that her phone drops, and the mother protested, and then Lindsay picks up the phone, is like crying, holding her cheek. So clearly maybe there was a physical alter. Like obviously the mom is just like, back up.
Like, leave me alone, please.
So now she's like being like, accused of human trafficking. Like, I don't know. I think Lindsay should just stay in her Mykonos club and like chill out a little bit.
The video is very much like, you know how when you were little, your parents were like, don't take candy from a stranger. The video is her being like, come back with me.
Literally, like, come to my hotel.
I was
feed
watching
you.
it, and like, even
Also,
if
her
anyone
accent.
was doing that, and the accents,
What is
the
the
languages.
her accent, Lindsay? Like, is this some Meghan Markle thing? Like,
I don't
you're switching
understand.
up accents every day?
I don't understand.
I'm so confused.
What happens to minding your business? Now, if something like huge is happening and you're witnessing and you want to step in, sure. But this family was minding their business. They weren't bothering you. You weren't like, what are you doing, Lindsay?
Can you
Leave
imagine
them alone.
someone just randomly on the street was like, yo, come with me?
And the weirdest part too was she was like, I can walk for hours. I will not stop. And it was like, okay. And she goes, the world's seeing this right now.
She
Like,
did.
Lindsay, are you good?
She thought she was doing something. She thought she was going to have like a world
Sarah,
exclusive.
good question. How is this going to affect, is this going to be on the show? Like, are we going to see this side? Like, how is
I
this
don't know. No, I think the Lohan Beach House show will stay in the Lohan.
In the beach house. There we go.
Will she be
Having
following
the
people
beach
around?
house stays in the beach house. But you know, I think that deep down, even though this was maybe a misstep, she has good intentions. I think that she's a good person.
Yeah,
she's not attacking them. She's offering them a place to stay even though they don't want it. Anyway, I'm so excited because one of the stars of my favorite show ever, American Vandal Season 2, Melvin Gregg is here, and he played DeMarcus Tillman, and I'm so obsessed. But
Super
before
hype.
we bring him over here, and I flirt with him, we're tossing to the trailer.
Monday, November 6th. It was really just a normal day. I don't know how else to describe it.
This chicken finger Monday.
Those things are damn good.
Really into that lunch, I knew something was off.
It didn't really hit me right away. And then it really hit me.
The lemonade was contaminated.
911.
All of our students, they're all pooping.
Most of us just shit our pants right in front of everyone.
People are just trying to find a place where they can shit.
This was the worst thing I've seen in 20 years.
Before it was all over, it had a name. The Brownout.
In April of 2016, Sam Eklund and I began shooting American Vandal. The response has been incredible. But with all this attention came a lot of pressure on what kind of a case to take on next.
I'm contacting you because we have a Vandal. He goes by the name The Turd Burglar. I look at my phone and I got tagged in a video.
This guy wanted an audience.
He was taunting us.
Milk, lemonade, around the corner, 2 emojis made.
The Turd Burglar was a different animal. Who could have had a motive? And who could be a suspect?
What if the motive is just poop is funny?
Poop is funny.
It's poop, but it goes a lot deeper than that.
Who is the Turd Burglar?
What's up, Melvin? Thank you so
Hey.
much for coming. We love the show. It was really nasty, but
In a good way, I hope.
great way. I binged it in like a day.
So for those who haven't seen, the show in general, but season 2 of American Vandal, how would you describe the show, but then also your character, DeMarcus Tillman?
This show, so basically, is a mockumentary. There's a series of pranks, also crimes that take place at a high school. So these 2 kids, the documentarians, they come to the school to try to figure out, who committed the crimes, and I'm one of the culprits. Marcus Tillman is one of the culprits. Marcus Tillman, he's a high school star athlete. He's cocky, but
So nice, though.
It comes from a good place. He truly believes he's the best. So when he says it, he's not trying to shit on anybody. No pun intended.
Right.
He just truly believes it, but he cares about everyone else too.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so let's take it back a second. The first season of American Vandal was hilarious and such a success. Were you a fan of the show before you started season 2, and how did you get involved with season 2?
So basically, I hadn't seen the show until I had got an audition for season 2, but I had heard a lot about it. I just hadn't had a chance to really watch it. And then when I watched it, I binged the whole thing in like 1 night.
Right, yeah, you gotta go through that.
I thought I was gonna watch like 1 or 2 episodes to kind of get a gist of the comedy, but no, it was so good. I needed to know who drew the dicks, and so.
You gotta know. You gotta find out.
It's important. So going into season 2, I was excited.
DeMarcus was my favorite character, not just because you were untouchable and you played the little violin.
Yeah, you like the violin?
The violin is so good. But also just because I feel like your character was really multidimensional, also touched about a lot of important themes. Why do you think this character was so important to have on the show, especially in this age of social media and performance and putting on kind of a front?
I think it was important. I wanted to make him as real as possible, a character that was reflective of what teenagers really were.
Right.
A lot of the times I see characters on TV, they kind of really composed and kind of cliche, and it's not like somebody I can relate to, so I wanted to make him as real as possible, and him being real, there's a lot of levels to being this top tier athlete and being in the, top hierarchy of high school, because a lot of times you feel like you're by yourself and you really do have insecurities, but you really can't show them because everyone looks up to you. So to be able to pull back some of those layers and kind of see who he really was, I feel like it kind of, humanizes, these people that we look at that aren't humans, like the LeBron Jameses and these,
Right.
these people.
I wish you went to Duke, though. Your character went to Duke.
I didn't really have a choice. I think in real life, Duke usually, they usually get the top athletes. So I think I probably would have ended up.
You would have ended up.
Of course you would have.
Now, speaking of social media, your career, you started off on the social media at Vine, and now you kind of like transcended. You're on like one of the best shows on Netflix. What has it been like? What have you learned so far about yourself, about the entertainment industry? Like, how has this journey been for you?
I started out, I actually came to LA to act. I was doing acting for like 2 years before. There was like a lot of smaller, smaller things. And I think I learned a lesson with entertainment at the time. I realized it was so many people and you got to find a way to kind of separate yourself and become who you are. So that's when I started doing social media and finding my own voice and my creativity and kind of just learning who I was, what type of performer I was. So after doing that and amassing an audience, I figured it was time for me to transition back into, the traditional arts. And using what I had learned in the social media space, I feel like it kind of gave me, not an advantage, but it put me in a better position than I was before I started social media.
Right. You had like a fan base. You had a following at that point. People recognized you.
I had a different sense of confidence, and I knew my creative voice better by that time.
Yeah. Awesome. So, like we mentioned before, your character DeMarcus, he's lovable, but he also touches on the nature of the athlete sports complex, class, race, even code switching. Aside from just being entertaining, what kind of impact do you think a show like American Vandal has?
I think it kind of it sheds a light on all of those issues that you just named. That a lot of people, if you're not in that position, you're not gonna even be concerned to know about these issues, like code switching. A lot of the times, like if you're white, you probably really don't know what code switching is unless you might go to a black party and try to like.
Right, you code switching up in there, right?
But the stakes aren't as high. But being black in America, I mean, code switching, it comes natural even when you don't realize you're doing it. You're going into, an interview and you feel like you got to talk a different way for those people to be more comfortable. So just to touch on those small topics like that, I feel like it's really important. Definitely. And, as an athlete, I feel like it's important too because a lot of times athletes are misunderstood and the picture of athletes are painted in a way that really don't explain who they are. To the fact where that one journalist was saying, LeBron should just shut up and dribble. She has one perspective of what an athlete is. So.
Right. And look at him now. He's doing everything.
Right.
Okay, so I got to ask you, what do you think was a worse crime? Season 1 with the drawing of the dicks on the car or Season 2, the poop?
Season 2 for sure, because the dicks didn't hurt anybody.
It was so nasty.
The poops,
So much.
It was getting people's face. People was like throwing up and stuff and falling. Yeah, it was definitely.
That was so nasty. I can't even imagine what filming that was like.
I wasn't there for any of that
packing
stuff.
up the whole time.
I was only there for I was the culprit, but I was only there for the culprit. Culprit isn't like he's not guilty.
Right.
He's accused.
He's a suspect.
I was only there for the pep rally.
Right.
Okay.
So if you could pick a crime for Season 3, what would it be?
You would have to top dicks.
It's so hard. What else could you do?
It has to be like more childish.
Right.
I don't know.
How can you get more childish?
It got to be like cooties or something.
Yeah.
I don't know how they would do that because like cooties really exist, just not at the level that kids. They exist.
They call STD.
Okay.
STD outbreak at a high school. Who started it? Maybe.
That could get serious.
Yeah, that's. But American Vandal gets serious though. It
has to happen at elementary school.
True. See, now that's a whole different space.
I think we're gonna let
interviewing little kids, that could be good.
That's all right.
You don't want to do that. All right, so you're also working on High Flying Bird. That's also coming out on Netflix. What can you tell us about that?
High Flying Bird is a sports film. It basically takes place during a 6-month lockout, NBA lockout, and my character is the top college basketball player. He just got drafted into the NBA, but it's a lockout, so he's not making any money, and my agent has to try to figure out a way to get the players union and the NBA to come to an agreement so I can get paid and the NBA can continue to move on. But yeah, we finished filming. comes on top of the year. I actually shot both of them at the same time.
Oh, there
Okay,
you go.
that's you.
A lot of basketball.
Super dope.
for you.
Yeah.
Awesome. Right.
You're really good, by the way. All right, well, we love you. Thank you so much for joining us. We love American
Appreciate you.
Vandal. We'll see you soon. We're excited for you.
Be good.
Bye.
You guys can catch American Vandal season 2 on Netflix, and you really should watch it, even though it's really nasty. But we love
Great
it.
show.
Yeah, get ready.
Great show.
Be prepared before you do, but it is so good.
It's nasty. All right, we have a lot more to continue, so let's get to it. More TV shows that I'm excited about is The Hills: New Beginnings.
Woo!
On TV, it's the reboot of the iconic show The Hills. And this week, the internet broke because Misha Barton said that she is joining the cast. And if you don't know who Misha Barton is, she was the lead on the show The OC, which is what
also
don't know
iconic.
Misha Barton, it's like you need to know Misha Barton.
Also iconic.
But fair enough, very iconic. But actually, The Hills was based off of the OC. The producers of The Hills were like, we want to make a reality show based off of this iconic show. So it really comes full circle, especially because they don't have LC and they don't have Chris. They don't have some characters coming back for the reboot. Having Misha will be awesome. What do you guys think?
I love. It's just so funny because when I was in high school, I would look forward to weekends because my friends and I would get together and we'd binge the OC.
Yeah.
Like it was like Misha was everything.
Yeah.
So the fact that these worlds are colliding, I mean, it's amazing.
I'm interested to see how she meshes with the other characters. Like, you know, how is that
Characters
dynamic?
real people.
They are real people. Yeah, that's sure true. But I wonder, like, are they going to be welcoming of her? Are they going to try to, like, you know, haze and initiate her into the group?
I mean,
is
you
she already
know
friends with some of them?
I feel like she's a pot stirrer. She's going to be stirring up some drama for sure.
Definitely. I'm really pumped about it.
You're going to have to stay tuned.
Okay, another thing I'm so pumped about is A Star is Born comes out today, the highly anticipated movie with Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga. Did you know that there have been 4 iterations of A Star is Born?
I didn't actually.
Like
That's
every
wild.
generation has their own. Apparently, Refinery 29 wrote a good article saying that this actually should be its last because it is that good. The first one came out in 1937, and the last one came out today. Get it? No, but apparently, so the film is about this the rise of a female star and this male lover who kind of discovers her, and he's self-destructive, and they look great together. And apparently,
They do.
Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga are like really close now. They developed an incredible friendship, so it's so cool to see that off screen.
Absolutely,
on
yeah.
carpets.
I mean, even when they've like released songs too, the songs are phenomenal. I mean, and
I
I've
know
heard
the soundtrack.
so many. I'm going to see this weekend. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
But I've heard so many amazing reviews.
Yeah, people say that Bradley Cooper's vocals were actually pretty great, and then he had really great and emotional performance. But beyond that, Lady Gaga
stole the show.
She is a star. She is born. She's a star is born.
She's a star, and I'm really happy. I mean, if you guys haven't seen her incredible documentary on HBO about like Lady Gaga, it's incredible.
5'2".
5'2". Thank you. She struggles with a lot. She has some condition, like physical. She's gone through a lot, and like I think this role was so pivotal for her. Like, and I'm just so happy for her. So everyone should go see it and let us know what you think.
It's also going to be a battle at the box office because Venom is also releasing this weekend.
Oh, please.
But what's actually so funny though, Sari, is we're talking about Lady Gaga. You know Lady Gaga's fans, the little monsters.
Listen, they go in.
They go hard for her. So according to Hollywood Reporter, on Tuesday, it was discovered that a group of Lady Gaga fans were attempting to sabotage Venom's opening weekend box office by writing negative reviews of Venom on Twitter. And basically, I found this out because there was such an overhaul that someone looked into it because it was so abnormal for the amount.
Oh my God.
They're so great.
I can't. First of all, it didn't even come out yet. Like, how are you going to write these reviews?
Right? And exactly. I mean, and it's so funny. I mean, because both movies are getting a ton of attention, and they're also 2 totally separate audiences that are going to go see it.
Marvel racks it in, guys.
Marvel racks it.
I mean, I'm not a Marvel
And
fan.
honestly, I would see both.
Oh,
I'm a
absolutely.
huge Marvel fan, but that movie, Star is Born, looks like it's going to
Well, I mean, that's what the reviews are saying. It's like a superhero movie obviously is going to get superhero fans, right? And different than like A Star is Born, like a nice acoustic, right?
All the Gaga monsters.
But anyways, they're both amazing movies. So Venom stars Tom Hardy alongside Michelle Williams and tells the story of an anti-superhero who becomes inhabited by alien species and navigates his life while trying to hang on to his humanity.
I'm
not going to see it.
Wild.
Let me know what you guys think.
We'll let you know. All right, so we have another star who is joining an all-star cast. Heartthrob Noah Centineo. Okay, can we just?
It's over. If he came on our show, like we would have to split him into 3, so we could fit between all of us.
We would all sit on that couch with him.
Right next to him.
I would sit on his lap.
Noah.
You guys could sit next to him.
Wow, yeah, you see him. He is a heartthrob. He starred in To All the Boys I Ever Loved and Sierra Burgess is a Loser on Netflix, and now he is joining the all-star cast reboot of Charlie's Angels.
What do we think about this reboot?
Okay, I was gonna ask you guys.
No one can beat the Lucy Liu.
No one.
And
Cameron Diaz.
With Destiny's Child music
Come
in the
on.
background. I'm sorry. Independent
can't
Women Part
beat
2.
it.
I don't think so.
You can't beat it. So
you know what? And I think as long as they go in knowing they can't beat it and knowing it will never be topped, I think we're going to be fine and it's going to be a delightful movie. But like, I hope they're not trying to top it.
Who are
so
the
let
new
me tell you.
Charlie's Angels?
So Noah is going to be playing one of the love interests of the Angels, and the Angels will be portrayed by Kristen Stewart, Ella Balinska, and Naomi Scott. So it seems as though we're Kristen Stewart, we all know her from the Twilight series, but Ella and Naomi, it seems as though these are like some fresh faces. They definitely have done some work in their career thus far. I'm trying to convince myself also, to be honest, but they've done work in the past, but I think this movie will definitely help bring their careers more to the forefront. I was a little iffy about it, but if no one's in it, then sign me up. I'm gonna go see it.
I'm gonna go see
it.
For him.
If he's in it, yeah, we're good.
I'm gonna go see it. That man is fine.
It's amazing how he just blew up. Like he just blew up.
And it's funny because he was
on
on the Fosters before, but like I didn't think twice about him on the Fosters. Then I saw him into All the Boys I Ever Loved. I was like, oh, what's up, Noah?
No, it's too much. So we are actually in a relationship, and I think that's perfect because it's relationship roundup time. Did you love that or no?
Honestly, I have secondhand embarrassment from that. Just saying.
All right, but it is time to get into our relationship roundup. So much happened this week, from splits, secret marriages, babies. So we thought we'd highlight the few biggest stories. One, Gwyneth Paltrow married Brad Falchuk. Okay. And they posted an adorable Instagram picture with no caption, just sporting very simple wedding bands.
That's
what we think.
That's
right?
a
We're
cute
excited.
picture. I love that.
Brad.
I was hoping y'all knew.
Brad Pitt, what's up? Next.
Kate Hudson gave birth to a baby girl, Ronnie Rose, with her partner Danny Fujikawa. She posted the cutest baby earlier in September.
Who are these men?
Right? But I kind of love it though. It's like these super high-profile women, like just.
No, I think that these men actually have careers. I'm confused. Go on. Where'd you come from?
I'm not saying they don't. Hold on. Okay, so the next most important thing is Bella Hadid and The Weeknd are back together, and they're hot and heavy. The couple split in November of 2016 before The Weeknd went on to famously date Selena Gomez for 10 months until they split in October of 2017.
That's so messy. I wonder if they genuinely got back together because they realized they actually loved each other, or they got back together because Selena.
Oh wait, I have things.
Never forget The Weeknd's album that he released. It was
so
much about Bella and Selena. It was intense.
Oh, wait, guys, I was thinking about this. I was listening to Taki Taki all weekend long, and Emily likes it now. I'm just letting y'all know she came over to the dark side. But anyway, I was listening to Taki Taki, and I was thinking in the car, I was just what if Bella and The Weeknd are in a club together, and then Selena comes on? Is that awkward? Is that a point of contention? Do you ever think about stuff like that? Do they just not bop to the song?
I'm about to say, that song is going to be everywhere. Taki Taki is literally going to be everywhere. So how are you not going to? Oh, they're bopping the whole song. Then Selena comes on. They're
just
No, but I feel like though, if my boyfriend's ex-girlfriend, I would be we'd have to leave, or turn it off. I would not listen.
That is very dramatic, and I hope you take no one famous.
Look, if they got a bop, they got a bop. But you don't got to hit them up afterwards.
No, I would hate it. I would hate it. But so going back to just my thoughts in case you're wondering. So back to Bella and The Weeknd, they got back together in May of 2018. That's when they really started singing together, and now they're packing on the PDA. And they were just spotted holding hands in public, and The Weeknd was wearing a sweatshirt that said, "I died for you one time, but never again." Is it cryptic, or does he just like the sweatshirt? Who knows?
I don't care.
Another couple we have to discuss is Justin Bieber and Hailey Baldwin.
Again? We talk about that every week.
Full circle. What's next?
Also, look at them just hot and heavy. So according to multiple news outlets, Justin and Hailey officially tied the knot this past mid-September, but according to TMZ, they don't consider themselves actually married until they do so in a church. So the official ceremony took place in the courthouse.
They probably didn't have sex. I heard that he's re-celibate again. That is not a confirmed fact. Don't quote me.
Whoa.
I don't think so.
But you know what is maybe a confirmed fact? According to People, they didn't sign a prenuptial agreement.
She gonna get them coins.
Really wild.
Go ahead, sis.
Smart.
Next up, Shia LaBeouf. We haven't heard from him in a while.
I miss Shia LaBeouf.
He's getting cozy with FKA Twigs. Recently, after he filed for divorce from Mia Goth, the two wed in 2016 after dating for 4 years. Did we know he was married?
I had no idea that he was married. Where has Shia LaBeouf been?
Right?
When am I getting another
movie?
movie?
He did some weird stuff. Yeah, he
started some of my favorite movies.
But can we all just throw it back to that time where he had all of his movies play on loop and he watched himself?
Yes! That movie theater
we
just
have
sitting
not
there
talked about that cultural moment enough. He was crying
Do you
watching
think
his movies.
Do you think I'm not going to play all of our episodes of the Theater and invite the whole world?
That's a very serious thing. So what's even crazier though is you guys remember Rob Pattinson was engaged to FKA Twigs.
Yeah.
Right.
I
And
feel
they
like
got off their engagement in
Robin and Shia
2015.
have a similar
FK,
vibe.
they swing a little that grungy. Yeah.
But Rob is now dating model Suki Waterhouse, model and actor Suki Waterhouse.
Oh, poor him.
But
she's fire.
I love her. I think she's
I need to
she
move
looks
my
in
ass.
Assassination Nation.
She looks good.
Bye.
Portia Williams from Real Housewives of Atlanta is engaged to her boyfriend Dennis McKinley, and they're also expecting their first child together too.
I'm so
Kenya.
single.
I saw her.
What is going on?
All right, we got one more to go through, and it's arguably like the most dramatic one of the week. Are you ready, Serena? Brace yourself for this. Timothy Chalamet is reportedly dating. Are you shook? Are you shook by that? Because I kind of am.
They're
honestly.
actually mad cute.
So they were spotted in New York together this past weekend, and it wasn't the first time that people have seen them out together. And originally people were speculating that it could have just been a work meeting or they were doing projects together. But they wrapped Netflix production of The King, and they don't have any other projects in the works.
Also I googled them like pretty hardcore stock, and like they're in the coffee shop going like this and stuff together. Like they're definitely. But you know what? I'm happy. I think that they're a very good couple for each other. But they're both very small. You know.
Okay.
Like, I think they're both like
similar
sizes.
sizes.
They're both like cool. Yeah.
And
They
like
have a good
and hot and. I'm jealous. Okay, should we move on, please?
You're over it. Yes, let's talk about the drop because I'm so excited. Next Tuesday is the American Music Awards, and you guys know I love Taylor Swift.
Go ahead.
Wait, you do?
You guys didn't know that? She is opening up the show, and she's performing since the first time since 2014, and she's doing her single "I Did Something Bad."
She's performing for the first time at the AMAs.
At the AMAs, sorry,
It's
first time. First time at the AMAs. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, she can go away.
So she's nominated for a ton of stuff. The shade. She's nominated for a ton of stuff and won favorite album, and it's alongside Ed Sheeran and Drake. And what's funny, she actually posted a video on her Instagram, first off announcing that she was going to be performing at the AMAs. But she also posted a video hiking with Ed Sheeran, and basically they're both like, we're both nominated, we're excited, who do you think's gonna win? And they both look at each other back to camera and just say, Drake.
It better be Drizzy. Like,
so at least they acknowledge. But
my man's is out here.
Tracy Ellis Ross is hosting again. I'm so excited, and we can expect performances by Carrie Underwood, Camila Cabello, Ciara, Missy Elliott, Shawn Mendes, Post Malone, Ty Dolla $ign, and Cardi B.
Let's go, Cardi.
So you can catch the awards at 8 p.m. on Tuesday, October 9th.
All right, now it is time for Star of the Week, and we're giving it to two lovely ladies. Thousands protested Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh by marching the Senate office building ahead of the confirmation vote. Fingers crossed. Among the masses, a few celebrities were spotted, and that was Amy Schumer and Emily Ratajkowski, who actually were together in the film Pretty Woman. Or no, that's not the name. I Feel Pretty. Sorry, Pretty Woman is an iconic movie with Julia Roberts. My mistake. But anyway, they did get arrested in support of getting him out of the Supreme Court. So I think that was amazing.
I love
seeing them.
I love that
calling
picture of
attention to
Amy.
everything. I love both of them. Yeah,
They're amazing, yeah.
Whew. Who do we think is hotter right now, ladies? On the count of three.
Between who?
Timothy Chalamet and Noah.
Chalamet. Okay, you don't get to claim it if you can't even say his last name.
And Noah Centineo.
Centineo, don't butcher it.
Okay, I'm sorry. You don't get
just
to.
because she don't know.
No, hold on. Hold on. Serena does not get to drag us on the mention credit for these boys if she can't even pronounce their names.
Okay, you know what? Okay, ready?
Oh.
Count of three.
1, 2, 3.
Noah Centineo.
Melvin.
If he was even running, I would have changed my answer.
Democratic.
All right, guys. Next relationship roundup.
Make sure to get one of these shirts and to have a great weekend. And we're going to continue to talk about boys. So bye.
See you guys next time. Bye.